So I did the language. I'm going to do a new game. And just as people roll into the stream, I'm going to let the intro movie play. To be honest, I usually skip the movies when I play because I've played it before. So I'm actually don't have a great memory for all the cutscenes. This is the land of Ashina. I love Ashina. Oh, we get to see Ishin in his prime here. And I can explain who these people are as we go on. That's Ishi. He won back the land. And then in the carnage, that's us. That's us. Literally nothing left to lose.
そして戦場で拾われた狼は修行の末熟達の忍びとなった。忍びの掟は忘れまいな。親の次に大事なもの、お前の心に刻むがよい。あれが今日からお前の主。命をとして守る。たとえ奪われるとも必ず取り戻すのだ。よいな、狼よ。
My adoptive dad has got me an important role, but is making sure that I know that what he says goes. See where my camera is best for this stream? I think in this corner it'll be okay. You might just not see the D-pad for how I heal myself, but there's Emma. The characters in this game, so many of my favourite From Software characters are in this game. And we're about to meet one of my absolute favourites in a moment. We're going to fight. A letter from our master, the person that we were tasked with protecting. But clearly things have not gone right or well. We're on death's door. We've lost the will to live. There's so many mysteries already popping up that only make sense later in the game. Oh, I love playing this game. So why am I doing a challenge run? I'm doing it because I absolutely love this game. So I finished it on the PlayStation and I platinumed it. Then I got 100% achievements on Xbox. Then it was on Steam and I got it on Steam. and I've 100%ed it on Steam. And I felt like with no DLC, no sequel, nowhere else to platinum it, I don't know what else to do. But some of my favourite streamers do a lot of Dark Souls and Elden Ring streams where they, rolling only, don't get hit, all those sort of challenges. And I don't know if I'm good enough yet to do something like a no hit or a no death. So, yeah, I should have said that. I should have explained actually, just as we begin. You have a sword in this game, but you also have abilities, special moves and stuff. And they are prosthetic tools, which will make sense in a moment. But they are like flamethrowers and throwing shurikens and protecting yourself with armor and poison blades, like so many, a spear, an axe, which is one of the only ways to get through some defenses of some enemies. And I'm literally not going to use any of that. I'm literally just going to use the sword, which for like a minor enemy doesn't seem like a big deal, but for some of the bosses, I'm having to put it out of my mind. I'm trying not to think about the later bosses. It's a problem for future gen. Kuro's Wolf. So Kuro is our master. Your destiny awaits you at the Moonview Tower. Escape from the well and find the tower bathed in moonlight. Even without a blade, you can reach it. Stay silent, stay vigilant. So this is a part of Japan called Ashina, and it's a fictional part of Japan. And that the stuff we saw at the very start was the people of Ashina lost Ashina to a group, and that was them reclaiming it. But 20 years later, they're in a sort of different situation where the rest of Japan has sort of been unified, and you can think of like a centralized Japanese government, and they're trying to take over Ashina to make the whole of Japan centralized. But this is a From Software game, so it's not about samurais and swords and politics. It's as much about eldritch, cosmic horrors and Lovecraftian themes and all sorts of stuff like that. So, one thing you need to know is that Ashina is so special because the waters that run through it come from a very sacred place. That's all we need to say for now. Hey, you saw my tweet in a Shakira mod would be perfect. Playing this game as Shakira. Hip slide twice. The Divine Heir. He's only a child, but he's been locked away by Lord Genichiro, which one of my favourite characters in video games, let alone in a From Software game. I love Lord Genichiro. I think this is the prettiest From Software game. I'm not counting Demon Souls, the remake, because that's Bluepoint and it's, and it's a PS5, Xbox X game and stuff. But this is a better looking game than Elden Ring, in my opinion. This simultaneously feels like an underrated game, and was like literally like the Game Awards Game of the Year and a lot of other people's Game of the Year 2019. I'm here to get you out of here. Kusabimaru. The blade of the Hirata. I don't even know if this challenge run is possible. I imagine it is, but There are several bosses. I can't help thinking about ahead. I'm thinking, how am I going to do that? But we'll worry about that later. We're going to take Kuro to a secret passage to get him the hell out of here. His only plan right now is Ashen is fucked. Let's get out of here. Kuro is a very special kid. You might have guessed from the term divine heir. A lot of people want to get their hands on Kuro. Okay. So, these three things here, we're always going to leave empty. I can't believe it, but some of the coolest things about this game we're not even going to do or use. We're never going to unlock any... You can have 3 loaded at once, basically, but we're not going to ever have any prosthetic tools. But I can use items. So let's have gourd and pellet. Here we are. Let's try that again. Yeah, I know how to deflect. That's how you do it. So enemy, if you haven't seen this game before, enemies have health, obviously. You hit them, you cause damage, they die. But they also have posture. And if you block, and as you get hit, your posture increases, and increasing is a bad thing, and if it increases too much, you lose your posture and you're in trouble. And in my case, if I can get someone to, if I can break their posture, I get a chance to do that little red dot comes up and do like a death blow, essentially. But if I was to shield like this, you know, it'll protect me somewhat from some attacks, health-wise, but I'll take posture damage. But if I block at the exact moment that I get hit, that's when you're hearing it go ding, and it's causing them posture damage, it's protecting me, and it can result in some of these death blows as well. This person's got two little red dots in the top left corner. He needs to receive 2 death blows to actually die. Yep, he's strong. Shit. Okay. You're about to see one of the prettiest areas of the game for about 30 seconds. Okay. Let's call on Kuro to tell him the way is safe. You can join us. So this is the end of the game. We've got Kuro, and we're about to escape from Ashina Castle. Cross the Ashina border. We'll see the world, we'll see the sights. Wherever you say. I'm sure nothing is going to go wrong between here and, well, out here. So we're about to meet possibly my favourite character? One of my favourite characters. Well, Milk, I don't know how well you know Sekiro, but I'm about to fight someone out there, and you actually, this is the only time in the game you're forced to lose. I am literally 100% about to lose. The thing is, he either beats you, or you beat him, but then a shuriken comes in and distracts you and then he beats you. So that's what my goal is. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try and get the dodgy distraction sort of thing, but there's no way you can win here. Okay, look at this environment. I love all these characters. And here's Lord Kenichiro. Your uncle's funeral, yeah. Watch how I'm weak and I'm rusty. Watch how I sort of don't grab the sword particularly confidently. Look at this tiny detail. Sort of like fumbling with that. Okay. Round 1. It's Genichiro who is keeping the divine heir in that tower for reasons that we don't know. And he's stopping us from taking him out here. Oh shit. Ow. Ouch. Ow, shit. Heal, 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 heal. And the pellets are like the heal over time. Oh shit! I forgot he's got 2. He's got 2. Never celebrate early. Yeah, he has a bow. Yeah, I'm kind of going to lose it now, I think. Oh! I have the smallest sliver of health. Ah, nearly. You win some, you lose some. But you always lose this one. You got me. If you've played Hades, you might have come across Scally, who is like a training dummy of sorts. And it makes a lot of sense to have a Scally in this game, because this game is all about people seeking out immortality, resurrection, eternal life. Well, he didn't last long, did he? He's disappointed because he's still alive. Some call it undying, others infested. I can't die, so I just am. I would say the game has started now. Here we are, we're now playing Sekiro. So yeah, I think some people really found... It's funny how, like, this game is the hardest of all of From Software games for some people. And for others, it's like a challenge, but not as hard. And I think some of it comes down to how good you are at rhythm games. Because the thing about Dark Souls, Elden Ring, etc., you have multiple playstyles. If you're not very good at parries, you can focus on being able to dodge. If you're not good at that sort of thing, you can focus on a character who just has tons of armor and a very powerful weapon, you know, whatever. But everyone plays as Wolf. And although you can customize Wolf with different skills, different prosthetic tools, so there's some customization for how you want to play, you always have the sword, we always have the same run speed, the same jump, you know, we all play it the same way. But a huge part of Sekiro, you know, if Bloodborne's thing is when you get hit, you hit them back to reclaim some health. So if Dark Souls, to me, personally, is dodge them, and Bloodborne is hit them, and Elden Ring is marry them, well, this is parry them. Like, this is a game about counters, and I love counters in video. I'm not going to activate any prosthetic tools. In fact, if I ever press R-T, this will happen. Literally no tools will ever be put on this arm. I'm not sure if it's... You know, I'm not going to be able to use flames, I'm not going to be able to break shields. It's going to be tough. Right, let's take care of one of his things. I don't know what to call them. Okay. One. Jump. Oh my gosh, run. Fiddling with the D-pad to try and get the healing. That's alright. You typically don't play this kind of game, so it's all cool to you. Ah, that's exciting. Ah, here's a big reveal. It's as much a surprise to Wolf as anyone. I'm back. The Divine Heir, Blood, grants the ability to return from the dead using resurrective power. I need to concentrate. Whoa. Wow, how did I survive that? No. We got him. We have our first prayer bead. So she's wondering about this look on our face. See, we've got sort of white across our face and our hair. A white mark. It appears on those who have received the dragon's heritage. Maybe something to do with the fact that we just came back to life. There's a force now which is essentially Japan. And they're trying to reclaim Ashina. It's the last sort of part of Japan that's not, part of the rest of Japan. But Ashina is very special because there's weird eldritch kind of nonsense going on, which you maybe should be able to guess from the fact that we're able to resurrect now to do, and that's related to our our master, who is the divine heir, whatever that means. Look at this poor guy. He recognizes me even though I don't know who he is. My name is Inosuke Nogami, a vassal of the Hirata family, and Kuro is actually a member, sort of the Hirata family. Might you look in on that old lady? She can't tell people from another. She got dementia, essentially. Here she is. And she's about to give me something very, very special. She thinks I'm Inosuke. I am not your son. There you go again, always making fun of me. Take this bell. Please offer it to Buddha. And the gods are a big deal in this game, especially Buddha and a sort of local god, which is a snake. But a lot of the other local gods aren't here anymore. Something really epic and big in the past has happened that's such a big deal. It's literally pushed gods out of this part of Japan. Maybe even Buddha, actually, to be honest. But there's still one god hanging around. But my goal right now as Wolf is, we're tasked by our father to, our father's words what matters most, but our task is to always protect Kuro, to always protect our master. We've been charged with that for some reason. And, we tried to get him out and Lord Genichiro stopped us, but we've been given a second chance. This is a rebirth of sorts. And our only goal now is to head in the direction, this is on the outskirts of Ashina. We're trying to work our way into Ashina and to the Ashina castle. That's our goal here, because Genichiro will be keeping Kuro in Ashina castle. It is a big deal that this character, I say character, it's actually really a big deal that that person was there, given who and what they are. We'll come back to that. Look, it's Emma and Kuro. Are there other Hirata survivors? There are a few of us left. So something bad happened at a place called Hirata. Kuro feels bad because of we know he's the divine heir and he's got something to do with this resurrection that I have. He's realizing that people around him die, and people want his power and it's causing problems. And he's feeling guilt just over who he is. And Inosuke, who was up there with his mum, who was the old lady who gave us the bell, they were talking about a place called Hirata as well. I think that's where he was injured. And this guy is a funny character. It's a shopkeeper. He recognizes me, I don't know who he is. Okay? I haven't seen you since that night. That night? And I'm gonna tell you and show you all about that night in a moment. So, He's a bit of a cheeky guy. He wants to make some money. He's an honest merchant. But he used to be a bandit. He used to be a bandit raiding places, you know? And he will tell us more about that night if we give him money. So I'll just do it, whatever. My gang broke into the Hirata estate, this place that everyone's talking about. The Hirata's family is part of Ashina. Okay. Normally the bandits wouldn't be able to come in. But all of the young best fighters, all of the warriors, all of the shinobi, were all gone. They were sent out fighting. So by coincidence, the very night they were told to go in was the exact best time to go in. Very interesting. And he says he saw me that night. He says I was there. And what's weird about that is that all the young good fighters were sent away. So why would I be there? Yeah. Ulu. We're gonna buy one more hint from him. He's telling me about... So he's telling me where I could find another... So here you go. This is a memo that tells us where to find a flame barrel. I wish I could go and get it. But this is a prosthetic tool-free run. So... Oh dear. In fact, there's literally a difficult enemy right there, right over this bit. And he doesn't like fire. And this is the perfect moment to go and get that prosthetic tool. To have, we've already got the shuriken, but I'm not using it, which you can see. Watch. Now we know where we can find the flame thing, but I'm not going to do it, and it sucks. I'm probably going to die in a moment, but there's also this even older Buddha statue, and the old lady told us to offer up the bell that she had from that night to Buddha. And this is going to be a bit weird. You know how Wolf isn't able to remember that night? Close your eyes. Hear the bell speak to you. So I'm putting the journey to Ashina Castle to save Kuro. I'm putting it on hold for a few minutes to do this part, which you would usually do about here anyway, because the old lady giving you the bell, what Anusuke said, and then the clues from the merchant all point you this way anyway, to try and get that fire prosthetic tool. I'm very sad, not just that I'm not going to be able to get the flamethrower, but that I'm not going to have any way to do fire damage. Here we are, look. Hirata Estate. So this is in Ashina, or just outside Ashina, but Hirata is a part of Ashina. Part of the Ashina family. They're like a branch, like a cadet branch. They are... The sort of main person in charge here is Kuro's uncle. Special Kuro, my master. And look, see it's on fire? This is the night when the guy remembered seeing me here. This is the past. We're in the past. We're in the memories provided by Buddha. So you could never attack this place. Yeah? Fresh Nyan, this makes you want to play Dishonored. I love Dishonored. And I love Deathloop. I love all those games. I might stream some of those too. But I think I like this more. I love Sekiro. But you could never attack the Hirata estate because they're amazing fighters, amazing warriors. Also, Kuro's there that night. And that means I'm there. Because Wolf is always there to protect him. But on this one night, the warriors were sent out on a fight. And this happens to be the one night the bandits were told to attack, which is suspicious, you know? What really happened this night? People remembered seeing me here. Is this something to, we were just started the game in a hole with no memory, really, of recent events. Here's one of Genichiro's people. You're the son of Owl. Owl is that big guy in the battlefield at the start who found the little boy, and we're the little boy. So Owl is our father. Ask what happened. Thieves. Hurry, the divine heir. Ask what year it is. Jumanji style. What an odd question. That was 3 years ago. What is this? The sculpture mentioned an old memory. I don't remember any of this, but it appears it's the past. Oh! Okay, this bit sucks. There's a lot of dogs, and again, I don't have shurikens. I was going to be sneaky, but you know what? I might just run in there. We've given up on the idea of stealth. Oh god. Didn't hit him at all. Oh! Can we sneak up on this guy? Yeah, he's... Can't believe I'm getting this worried at the start of the game. This is not good. Go up here. Time to heal, I think. If you haven't seen this game before, in this game you use the shoulder buttons to attack. Yeah, that's the default in all the Souls games. So in this game, you don't have like a strong and a light attack and stuff like that. All you have is the R shoulder is attack. And you can do stuff like hold. And you can like sprint and do it like this. And then the left shoulder is block. But blocking sucks, and blocking is not what this game's about. What this game is not blocking, but parrying. And you do that by just blocking at the exact second you're going to get hit. And that means if an enemy's going to go dish 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 dish, you're going tap 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 to disrupt their posture. Because, yeah. Because... Oh, we can open this gate now. Remember that gate we couldn't open? In this game, enemies have health, which is self-explanatory. But enemies also have posture. For that little enemy, it appeared down in the right under its health bar, but for human characters and bigger monsters and stuff, it'll be at the top. It'll be right at the very, very, very top of the screen. And the more you get hit and the more you block, you will actually, certain attacks can do posture damage. So you're not losing health, but you're taking, your posture's taking hits. And when that bar fills, you lose your posture. And it's when an enemy loses posture is when I can get a death blow in. So in this game, you beat an enemy either by getting its health to 0%, or you can straight up kill an enemy when its health isn't 0%. By getting its posture damage to maximum. So they lose their posture, and even though they've still got health, you can get an instant kill. But you do that posture damage by countering them and hitting them, and yeah. So do you remember the merchant who gave us tips and was saying, I remember you that night. He used to be a thief. And he was surprised he was able to attack here. Remember, this place should be crawling with people like me and strong Ashina and Hirata warriors. Yet look, the bandits have been able to come in easy peasy. I wonder why. But look who it is. It's our friend. Who remembered us. He doesn't know who we are because this is the past. Someone's injured. There is a shinobi hunter amongst the bandits. He's highly skilled. If I don't face him... Uh-oh. A shinobi hunter? But I'm a shinobi. You're the young master shinobi, yes. What good are you? You were nowhere to be seen when things went south. The timing of their attack was perfect. Normally these bandits wouldn't have stood a chance. Something weird's going on here, you know? Right, here's our first prosthetic tool problem, potentially. I can get this guy easy enough. But I'm worried about these two. Because the way you deal with these two is you destroy the shield using the axe prosthetic, which I'm not allowed to use. Here's me trying. And I'll be honest with you, I've played this game fully through several times. I don't know how easy it is to beat these guys without... I've literally never attacked these guys without using the axe. Maybe I could just dodge him? Yeah, as soon as he gets the shield... Oh my gosh, look at my health. I actually have ran out of my healing gourd, but I've got the pellets, but they heal over time, so I've got to be... Maybe I can just block it and... Aha! That guy just ran past me. Right, okay. This is going to be the hardest thing we've done so far. This is a tough enemy. Okay. Right, let's see, maybe we can get rid of this guy now. Okay. No, run! Oh, it came out of nowhere. Oh, I got so lucky there. Oh my gosh, he hits so hard. Well, guess what? I think we're gonna have to use this now. Okay. Got him. That was the Mikiri counter. What's that? One. Okay, I'm actually doing surprisingly well at that Mikiri counter. Weirdly, that's maybe the first time. I'm saying this as someone who's completed the game loads of times. That's maybe the first time I've killed him on the first attempt. Because usually I'm like rusty and I'm too cocky because I'm like, oh, I can do this. But we did it. We did it first time. Yeah. Guess how you Mikiri counter? The same button for sprinting and dodging in a direction. So you're essentially, as the spear's coming at you, you're essentially dodging into it. So you have to do the worst, scariest thing. But if you time it right, you do that thing where you put your foot on it, you know, like in the intro movie. But yay, I did it. Remember Owl? Remember Usui? Remember my dad? My adoptive dad who found me as a starving child on the battlefield? Just refers to me as a loyal wolf. Well, look who's here. Hi, Dad. I'm afraid I made a bit of a blunder. It looks that way. Usually when you're surrounded by fire, I would call it a blunder. It's too late. He's dying. Wolf, you must take this. The hidden temple key. The hidden temple is where Kuro is being held. The secret temple is located at the very back of the Hirata estate. You'll find him, the divine heir. Going through the front is not an option. You'd need to get past the fire. Use the cliffs. Yeah, we'll do that. Never forget the Iron Code. And the Iron Code is that although Kuro, I've been charged with looking after him, the Iron Code is my father's word is final. The Master is absolute. So, I have to protect Kuro no matter what, but my dad actually comes first. But it's been driven into me over the years that I will literally die to protect Kuro. And it's what he wants. And now he's dead. He did the dark up. So many things are happening that are going to be a big deal. Later. Oh dear, there he is. Right. Oh wait. Right, okay, we're going to run past him very quickly. We actually have to be in to get past, but we're going to take care of this guy first. Oh, I failed the Mikiri counter. There we go. I can't believe that really tough guy with the shield earlier. Oh my gosh. No, we're trying. Oh my god, blocked by a tree. Walk away. You didn't see anything. Walk away. Oh gosh, this is gonna take a while. Oh dear. I jumped off a cliff. Do you know I once drove my car off a cliff? Not deliberately. Usually when I tell people the story, they're like, they assume I did it deliberately. I'm like, no. I'm dead. Sometimes he doesn't throw you into the ground, he picks you up and just yeets you. And because there's a cliff there, he can just yeet you right off the cliff. Just like I drove off my cliff. Anyway. Yeah, I drove off a cliff. Not deliberately. Part of it was the most peaceful moment of my life. Followed by some of the worst. But yeah. If you ever drive your car off a cliff, you're going to have a really bad time when you land. But if you go fast enough and it's a big enough cliff, you can have a really nice, soothing few moments first. Okay, run past him. We're gonna Mikiri counter this person. Come on. Right. Okay, I can't grapple him and I can't use flame. Oh wait! Yeah, I can't do a grapple attack. Jeez. I don't think there's any point in grappling him actually with the rope because I can't do anything from it. All of those attacks would kill me in one hit pretty much. That one didn't. I kind of want to get away from the cliff in case he throws me away. Yeah, I wasn't wearing it. The big thing about that story of driving off a cliff is that I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. It actually saved my life. And I'm not silly, I know it was luck. So I always wear a seatbelt. Literally always, if I'm ever in a car, I wear a seatbelt. Oof. But I wasn't wearing a seatbelt that day. And my car bounced and spun down a cliff lots of times. Wait, oh no, it's only the first. It's only the first death blow. Really cannot afford to celebrate in this game. Oh. I can resurrect. I've got one resurrection. Fresh Nyan, took you like 5 times to beat this guy in Stadia. Yeah. You'll miss RIP Stadia. RIP, but you're also assholes. You guys aren't assholes. Stadia people. Fuck, I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking of Stadia. Yeah, I think the main reason I died there was because I got too happy thinking I didn't realize he had 2 death blows. But yeah, I crashed my car by driving off a cliff and it bounced its way down the hill. It bounced so many times, spinning, that my car was like the size of a microwave by the end of it. That's an exaggeration, but the point is it crumpled. And, you know, my experience was this. Whee! Soaring through the air. And then it was wee, and the car's spinning, the car's spinning, and to me what that looked like was a steering wheel, first person's perspective, okay, steering wheel, and just green, spinning, because that's just the environment, and it's and every time it went boof, the car got a little smaller, yeah, and then on like the second or third bounce, there was no steering wheel. And my immediate kind of thought in the moment was, the steering wheel's come off. How bizarre. But that isn't what had happened. I'd went flying out of the windscreen. And I was seeing the environment spinning because I was literally spinning through the air. I'd left the car. And I should also have said that, like, there was 2 other people in the car and they were fine. But I remember when we were like going through the air and about to land, I literally said out loud, "Hold on." Hold on. Like they weren't gonna hold on if I hadn't said it. I had to say something. And then I did the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. Yeah, there were 2 other people in the car and they were absolutely fine. My part of the car was the part that was fucked. So basically, there's so many parts to the story. For starters, the car kept bouncing, you know? It kept going down the hill, even after I'd left it, so it kept getting smaller. It was landing on boulders, it was landing on rocks that were denting the car, and the roof of the car where I was sat as the driver was caved in. So this is why I say it saved my life, because I 100% would be dead, like this. If, Jesus. Oh my god, I survived by hooking onto him. That was great. Yeah, it would have crushed me completely if I'd still been in the car at that point. It did damage me quite a lot though, it turns out, so let me tell you about the coolest thing I ever did, and I cannot believe this is not on camera, because I think nobody's going to believe me, but I got attacked by this big boy. Ow! Just straight up kicked me. Ooh. Why am I using this moment to tell a story? I've got a resurrection. It's all good. We're gonna heal. This is not going well. Last time. Do I have anything? Yeah, I've got pellet. I think this is it. I think we're gonna die now. I was spinning through the air when I flew out of the windscreen, and I swear to God, I bounced, spun in the air again, and I literally landed on my feet, looking at the car. Like, I obviously didn't see it. It's happening to me, so I didn't see what it would have looked like. But I was just like, flew out of a car, down a cliff, and just went, bounce, doof, on my feet like a superhero. Like, ta-da! And then I tried to do, you know when people freak out, they might put their hands on their head and be like, oh my gosh! I tried to do that and neither of my arms worked, which was a bit worrying. And that was because different reasons. This clavicle was broken and it was damaged and there was other stuff going on. I'm covered in glass wounds, by the way, and I've still got a huge bump here where the bone broke and then it's healed, but it's still got this as the bump. But my right arm, in all the adrenaline and stuff, I didn't even realize it had happened. For a little while I was in the car, like before I flew out the windscreen, and the car was getting smaller each time it crashed and landed. Well, on one of the landings, the part of your door that the window meets, you know, the top part of most cars have a bit of a door above the window. That went through my arm. Like, and I mean, I don't mean right the way through, but almost. I have a huge scar that goes all the way around there. And at the time it looked like a shark bite. I could see my muscles, you know? And, yeah. Oh, this is us learning about dragon rot. This is my first death that's caused dragon rot, so the sculptor is now coughing because of me. It's the price you pay for the dragon's heritage. Whatever that means, you know? The fact that I can resurrect. All I know is what Dogen told me long ago, that the dragon's heritage can bestow the resurrection. Repeated use leads to stagnation. It's almost like by bringing me back to life, I'm taking life from those around me. Pretty grim. He wasn't able to find a cure. If we can find his research, there might be a way. Look. Oh dear. Wait, where's the thing I'm supposed to grab? Okay, no stories for a moment. I'm gonna concentrate. I think the thing is not to get greedy, just get a couple of hits in. That was close. There's no point using the grappling hook on his board because I haven't unlocked the skill that I can swing my sword and afterwards. got one resurrection left. He did. I thought learning fighting games would maybe improve my reactions, but apparently not. Well, I'm in trouble. So lucky. We have 3 prayer beads. There's a 4th one just over here, so maybe we should just get it before I finish. Do you feel the shaking? That there is a god. He's not in his normal place, because times are hard, but he's the last remaining one, because some weird stuff has happened in this part of Japan. And he is the only one remaining. Not even Buddha is hanging around here now. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Right, we're going for it. The marriage thing. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that snake is a god worshipped by people you've not met yet. People of Ashina, but not the people of Ashina you've been seeing. There's the marriage thingy-majiggy. Marriage in the sense of give yourself as an offering. People would literally come here. Sorry about this. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. He looks fine. He'll be fine. Don't mind me, let's go around. Oh my gosh. Oh. I look fine. I look fine. Well, I would call that a success. I'm so bloody. Look. I don't think I've ever seen him that bloody before. Oh no, he is still walking around. Still. Do you see how I ducked at the moment I landed? That actually gives you more stealth. Don't let him heal, don't let him heal. We've got 4. That is a good way to finish, because I've died to some embarrassing enemies, so I'm quite glad that not only did I get him first time, but I got the spear guy first time. I'm really happy about that as well. We can't get over this bridge, but look, we're heading closer and closer to Ashna Castle. Yeah, I already know that the generals are, every one of them accomplished in the Ashna sword style, which is Ishin's sword style, but nobody's like Ishin. You saw an Ishin, the sword saint Ishin, at his peak in the cutscene at the start. I mean, he took out that general and he pretty much single-handedly took back Ashina. But now he's got the whole might of Japan, a unified, centralized Japan trying to attack. So Ashina's in trouble, as well as everything else that's going on. What have I learned? I've learned that it might be possible to finish this game without prosthetic tools and only using the sword. But I've also learned that some of the basic enemies are going to be a pain, and that the shields, now that I'm not allowed to use the axe prosthetic, the shields suck. We learned that Snakey Snake is cute. Spoiler alert, I have bad news about Snakey Snake. We're approaching Ashna Castle to see if we can rescue Kuro, the divine heir, who has gifted us the ability to be resurrected somehow, all because of this weird part of Japan, Ashna. There's something in the water, and we'll figure that out as we go. The sculptor who gave us our prosthetic arm is a bit of a weird guy. Emma is a bit of a weird guy. Everyone's a weird guy. And I can put a bell in Buddha's statue and I can visit the past that I can't remember and find out what happened. So it's a pretty crazy game. And it's great and I love it and it's really good that you tuned in. And if this is the first time you've seen someone play Sekiro, you're in for a treat. This is a really cool game. It's going to be a bit weird seeing me try to do it just by doing this the whole time. But, because usually it's a lot more interesting with fire, flamethrowers and shuriken and stuff. But thank you very much for tuning in. Good night all. Bye.